Today, let us see about our topic, that is control and coordination. As we have previously discussed about the different life processes which takes place, in according to that, let us see about how we are going to control and how we are going to coordinate the different methods which are about to be taken place in the living organisms. Especially that may be in the plants or in the human beings or in the different organisms. So, in this session, let us see about the introduction of the topic and animals related to their nervous system and what happens in the reflex actions. That what are the different controlling capacities as well as coordinating capacities in this topic, let us see in detail. Let us see the introduction now. We all know that if we see something moving, it is alive. Nothing but there is a movement in an organism where we say that the organism is alive. So it is going to have the mechanisms which takes place in its body. Some of these movements are in fact the results of growth. So whatever the condition we are going to see as the development takes place, it is about to be seen growing in different phases or in the different stages here. As in plants, not only in the organisms, but we do see the growth and the metabolism and the mechanism which is about to be seen in the plants too. A seed germinates and grows, and we can see that the seedling moves over the course of a few days. So whenever we sow a seed in the soil, it takes some time to come out in a form of a plantlet. How it is going to develop, how it is going to show its changes, how it is going to show its growth, all these takes place in a particular time, in a particular mechanism. It pushes soil aside and comes out. So whenever we sow a seed in the soil, immediately whenever the germination process is about to be taken place or germination mechanism is about to be taken place, it comes out by opening the soil. It pushes the soil outside and comes its whatever the development of the root system as well as a shoot system here. That process of coming out of the seed and growing into a plantlet, we call it as a germination. So this is being taken place here in the seed. But if its growth were to be stopped, these movements would not happen. Suppose if the growth of the seed is not being seen, then we don't see the development of the shoot system as well as the root system down. So, such a process could not be taken place whenever it is about to be in a stop condition, where the seed is unable to develop its germination process. So, if we just see the diagram here, that after sowing a seed, slowly how the process of development of the leaves and how the process of development of the flowers are being taken place here. Initially, it is about to be seen that the root system is developed first, later the shoot system is about to be developed later. And slowly whenever the plant grows, here we are going to see the condition of development of the flowers and ultimately to the fruits. So in this way, we do see the germination process slowly in the seeds, that too especially in the plants. All these processes are being controlled in a particular step-by-step manner, in a particular stage-by-stage process here. That's why we are going to term these as a particular mechanism of germination. So, depending upon the climatic conditions, depending upon the temperature or environmental conditions, these may be changed. But rather than that, we do see the development of the germination process in the same manner. Now let us see some of the different movements which takes place in the organisms. Some movements, as in many animals and some plants, are not connected with growth. As just now how we have seen about the plants, the same does not takes place in the animals, because plants are quite different and they cannot move from one place to another place, where animals are the one which are being moving and they have their own mechanism of the development. As these are the multicellular organisms, a different mechanism takes place by different kinds of the cells as well as the organ and organ systems. So now let us see in this diagram that how we are going to see the presence of the nerve cells. So these are the nerve cells which they are about to see some of the passing of the signals from one to another. So here, whenever we see the movement, whenever we talk about the movement of the organisms, these things are being done inside the body in order to control as well as coordinate with each other. For example, if an animal or an organism wanted to move from one place to the another place. So here what is going to say that how the organism can be moved from one place to another place is because of such mechanism which takes place in the organism's nervous system, where these are the nerve cells, where these nerve cells are going to pass signal from one part to the another part to the another nervous cell. So if we see here, as we are going to have nerve cells which are connected each other. So the signal which is being received by the first nerve cell is about to transfer to the second nerve cell, and in this way the mechanism takes place in order to function properly, in order to coordinate properly, in order to undergo the mechanism properly here. Clearly, the movement to be made depends on the event that is triggering it. Here what it is going to indicate, if any event in the sense any process it may be done, so it is going to send a signal, triggering in the sense of sending a signal at a particular point, that how we are going to show the response towards it. Therefore, living organisms must use systems providing control and coordination. For example, if we are going to touch a hot object, immediately we are going to remove our hand. So where such movements which are not aware of doing it, sometimes it may be happening in each and every case. In such a method here, the living organisms are going to have a particular systems that how they are going to control, how they are going to coordinate to say that we have touched a hot object in order to remove our hand immediately. This is the system where it is going to indicate the control and coordination mechanism. In keeping with the general principles of body organization in multicellular organisms. So as we have seen that the organisms are of unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular are the one which are going to have only single cell, where all the metabolic activities takes place by that single cell. Whereas in the complex organisms, nothing but the multicellular organisms, we do see different systems which are going to involve in the different mechanisms. That each and every system is related towards its own mechanism where it involves. So, in keeping with the general principles of body organization in multicellular organisms, specialized tissues are used to provide these control and coordination activities. So, there are some of the specific cells where the control and coordination is about to be shown. That how they have to respond, at what time they have to respond, how we need to act according to the response. All these are going to be seen here in the control and coordinating activities.